I have found a way to repurpose my old podcast episodes using an incredible new app called eClincher. I'm talking with one of the founders of eClincher on this episode of Podcastification. My name is Carey Green, and I am the client happiness guy at podcastfasttrack.com, and this is Podcastification. This show is all about podcasting. How to do it, how not to do it, best practices, interesting news items that have to do with the realm of podcasting, and who knows what else. And I'm trying to do it all with a little bit of fun and some information to help you get a show going, keep yours going, or make it better. And if you like what's going on here on the show, I would appreciate it, so appreciate it, if you could leave a rating or review on iTunes. You can find out how to do that at podcastfasttrack.com/review. That's enough of that kind of stuff. Let's get you podcastificated right away. Well, I am eager to have this conversation. We're going to be talking about one of the problems that a lot of podcasters have. And this is the scenario. You create that great episode number 6, for example, and then you go on with your podcast and you produce 20, 30 more, 50 more, 100 more. And episode 6, which was such great content, gets buried in the past and it's doomed to internet obscurity. And I've thought for a long time, there have to be some effective ways to repurpose that content, to get it back out in the public eye. And I think I have come across a solution that Gilad Salamander and his team have created, and it's called eClincher. And I have Gilad on the podcast with me today. Gilad, how are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm excited to hear about eClincher. I actually got a little tour of the software earlier in the week. So let me just start in. And Gilad, you tell us real simply, what is eClincher?
So eClincher, we built a platform to manage social media all in one place. So essentially you can connect your Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, and so on, Instagram, and schedule and post. You can do some content curation. You can find content. You can also manage your entire post library, creative images. You can post to all your social media. And we have some automation, which that's the solution that you mentioned before with auto posting. And we can talk about that a little bit more in detail.
Okay, absolutely. So it's a social media management platform. Tell me all of the different social media platforms that it will actually integrate with.
Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, Instagram, YouTube, Logger. We also have integrations with other partners as well. That's how we allow over 600,000 high quality images, free images that you can attach to your post, to your social media post. We also have integration with Giphy. Giphy is animated GIFs, kind of like short videos. Yeah, we have Bitly integration. What else? Google Analytics. So it's a quite extensive, what we call a complete solution for social media management.
Sounds great. And I remember looking through the platform that there was a good deal of integration in terms of rescheduling things. And that's really what I'm very interested in. So if you could kind of walk us through that scenario that I posed at the beginning and tell us how would eClincher help to get previously published content back out in the public eye?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, once you create and spend the time on creating the post, or let's say you have evergreen post or blog page that you like to routinely post the same information to social media to get exposure to large audiences at different times. So what we created is something called AutoPost. And AutoPost really lets you first load to a queue or create queue and load all your content with bulk upload. So it takes maybe a few seconds to bulk upload all your posts, let's say 200 posts. And once you load those, we actually go into the site to the link that you attach to the post. We'll scrape the information, we'll get the images, so we'll allow you to edit that post, and now basically save it to a queue. Now that you created a queue, you can schedule to any of your page or profile, your social profile, let's say Twitter or Facebook, and you can set up Sunday to Monday, a weekly schedule. Let's say Twitter, you can set up 5 times a day or 10 times a day, different times, and you save that scheduled times. And queue basically will automatically run first in, first out, meaning the first post that was added to the queue will go out first. And then the next time, based on your schedule, it will go and take the next post and so on. So it will recycle through the content within the queue. And that's really a great way for people to recycle content, reuse content, and really not wasting all the effort and time spent to create this content, and also to maximize the exposure to people out there on social media, to show your brand and to have that exposure. I think it's really great. And we can talk about different scenarios when you would like to use that.
Sure. And so once the queue has run through all the content that's in it, it begins to redo the queue from the top.
That's correct. We have a couple of options right now. Basically, it's running forever. So as long as the queue is turned on, it will run forever, and it will just cycle through. Once it gets to the last one, go back to the first one and keep going. The second option is to set up a specific date when this campaign will end. So you can say, I want to run this queue only for 3 months because I just announced a new product or a service, and it will run for 3 months. And then wherever that post, it will just end at that specific date.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, especially for say it's a group coaching or something like that, and you can only take a certain number of participants, and it's only going to be open for a certain amount of time. You could set it to end. That makes total sense. Now, can you have multiple queues like this? Like, for instance, one that's about blog posts you've written, and one's about products, and one is about, different events you have going on. Could you do that sort of thing?
Yes, absolutely. So the first thing we did, we separated the queues per network. The reason for that is each network is going to publish the post slightly different. Facebook will scrape all the time. So if you put a link, it will grab an image. It will post the link and the text and the image for you. Twitter will not do the same. Twitter will only scrape the information if there are a Twitter tag on that website, on that link. So we separate those queues, and each network will have its own queue. And within that network, you can create multiple queues. And as you mentioned, you can pick categories or the names that make sense, kind of like categories. And you can say evergreen post, or you can say quotes. You can say campaign ABC. So you can really create multiple queues. And then while creating the weekly schedule, as I mentioned before, you can say at 1 p.m. you can pick the first queue, and then 2 p.m. you can pick a different queue. So now you have full automation of posting from multiple queues, and it's kind of like a different content going out, get published at different times throughout the day from multiple queues.
That sounds like a wonderful feature. Now, you also mentioned content curation. So I'm assuming what you mean is you can put in an RSS feed to, say, a favorite blog or a favorite site that publishes content that you find interesting, and it will pull those things in, and then you can arrange those in queues as well.
Yes, that's correct. So what we did, we have a great feature, which is RSS and Atom feeds. So we'll accept both formats. So once you paste in the link for the RSS, you get a live feed of that RSS. You can view it from the eClincher application. You can manually look through the articles, and if you see something you like, you click share, and it will go automatically, will grab that information, the image, the article, to the publisher, and you can post it there or schedule it manually. Or you can decide to bulk upload, let's say, those 10 articles within the RSS feed, all of them going directly to the queue, which again, it's all about getting new and fresh, recent content. So this is a great way to share content and be active to show your brand out there on social media.
I love the idea. And I remember looking at the dashboard that you have an option to have a calendar view so that you can look at the calendar and see all of your queues scheduled out across, say, a month's worth of time. And that helps you to see, if you have one day heavier than another or if it's spread out evenly. Talk to me a little bit about the features that you have built into that functionality.
Sure. Yeah. So the calendar, so we have two calendars. So the main publisher, we have a calendar, which is a smart calendar, and it shows you the month. And every day you can see how many posts are planned for that day. And then you can also click on that day and do a day preview and see all those posts to which you can see the image and the channels that are this particular post is scheduled to go out. We also have for other posts a different calendar, which showing you the queues, and from each queue at what time throughout the day it will grab the next post in line. So essentially you get a weekly calendar view of all your queues, and you can see the plan that all the queues or all the posts are coming out from queues in a weekly view, and you see it's okay, let's say Monday I need to add more posts, maybe I need to add more times, so it will go automatically. In addition, you have the regular scheduling, which you have additional posts as well over there scheduled. We also combined on the publisher calendar, we also combined the posts that are going out from queues. So you can see which post, you can see the content, the image, and the text, which post is going out for that particular day. So one view, one calendar is basically just queues. So you can see throughout the day and the week which queue is going to get contribute a post, if you will. And then you have a second calendar, which is part of the main publisher. As you type, as you compose or edit, you can view and see the plan for the day, because this is part of the planning. While you're writing a post, you want to determine the schedule, and you need to look at your calendar at the same time. So it's really a nice integration, not just writing an update or post, but also understanding or finding out the best time to post that update.
Well, all of that sounds just wonderful. Sounds very user-friendly. But I think there's even more bang for the buck, so to speak, with eClincher, because you're able to comment on your different posts that you've shared as people interact with you right there within eClincher. Isn't that right?
Yes, that's correct. So if you look at eClincher, the way we think about it, it's really a complete solution. What does that mean, complete solution? So publishing a scheduling post, that's the number one priority for people. That's what they need. The second thing is engagement with live feeds and inbox. So the live feeds, you can view all the live feeds from the different profiles and pages, the social media networks, and you can engage, you can reply, you can like, you can comment, you can interact or start a new conversation with people with the live feeds, just as you will be you'll be doing on Twitter or Facebook. So those are the live feeds, and we have some nice shortcuts, if you will. You can favorite some of those feeds, and you can bring them all into one screen. So now you can view, let's say, Google Plus next to Twitter and Facebook. So those are the live feeds. The inbox is really collecting all the messages together into one unified social inbox. And that's almost something that all businesses that use to have a social media presence, they need to have an inbox to take care of those messages. Because if you think about social media, why do we post? Why do we publish? Because we want to create conversations. We want to engage with people in a meaningful way. So the inbox, making sure that we're not missing any of those notifications, messages, direct messages, new followers, replying back to people, questions, and so on. So the inbox is a great way to engage with people in a timely manner, in a fast way, viewing. Right now it's 4 channels. We're adding Instagram as well, but we have Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, and LinkedIn, all integrated into the unified social inbox. So that really taking care of the entire engagement and monitoring spectrum of social media with live feeds and inbox. It's fully integrated. We are an official partner with all the major social networks, including Facebook. We're actually in the process of releasing, in addition to organic posts, you can also boost your post. So now you'll be able to pay, which will go directly to your Facebook account that you already set up with Facebook, your ad account, advertising account, and you'll be able to boost that organic post very quickly to much larger audiences and reach new people with that. And then the feed itself, all the feeds are completely live, so you can engage and see all the recent updates, and you can share content as well. one example is that we have, if you follow different groups, you can see a live feed of those groups and you can share. So let's say you follow the tech industry and you see some article from TechCrunch and you click, share, and then, with one click, you can share that post with other channels or even with your own followers or fans. I think one of the unique features that kind of stand eClincher out of the rest of the crowd and other competitors is really the completeness of the product and the ease of use, how everything is connected, how can you get to a specific thing and you don't have to kind of memorize the path and click, 11 clicks to get to that. Everything is right there within 1 to 2 clicks. And then in addition, we also have the analytics, which is a full suite. Each profile and page has its own analytics, and we also integrated with Google Analytics. And we picked all the best or the most important data for you to really evaluate your campaigns and see your traffic to the website from social media, which essentially that's the ROI for social media. That's what we're doing it. We're trying to drive traffic to your website. And this is a great way to view and evaluate campaigns. Even particular posts will show you how many views, how many clicks, how many shares, and so on. So it's really a great way to connect the content, the publishing with the analytics and get a full picture, kind of 360 picture of what's going on with social media presence.
Yeah, and I have to attest to that. When you look at the eClincher dashboard, it looks very intuitive. And as I watched the demonstration that I got last week, it is not as confusing as it might sound. I mean, the more features you add, the more things get confusing, it seems, but not in this case. Gilad and his team have done a great job of laying this out in a way that is very user-friendly and is something that you can learn pretty quickly. Gilad, tell me, what are some things that I should have asked you about eClincher that I have not asked yet?
I think we can expand a little bit more about the feeds. We have the favorite feeds, which I briefly mentioned before, but we also have custom search feeds. And custom search feeds are really a great way to set up feeds and monitor based on keywords. You can set up, let's say, a competitor keyword, or you can set up any keywords you'd like, and you can search on Twitter and Facebook and very quickly find potential customers. So we use it ourselves. We use our tool ourselves, and we use custom search feeds to find people that are not satisfied with the service that they're getting from a competitor. This is a great example where you can use custom search feeds. You can also find content based on keywords and then share that content. We have Feedly integration. So if you do have a pro account with Feedly, you can share, again, with one click. You can share any Feedly article that is set up, and you get a full view of the Feedly feeds, that just like as you were on the Feedly native app. And we also have Pocket integration. And Pocket is it's kind of like a storage, cloud storage, that you can save anything you see online on the web. You save the article, and then you can access it from eClincher. And let's say you save an article on your mobile device, and then you get to eClincher and you say, you know what, that article that I saved last week, I would like to share it, and then you can access the Pocket and, again, very quickly find that article and share it on different social media networks.
Well, I love it. I love the whole platform. And I was thinking down the road a little bit is how I came across eClincher. I was thinking of projects I have coming up and things I know I'm going to need some powerful social media promotional tools at my disposal. And then when I discovered eClincher, I realized just a whole tool set of things that other platforms don't offer that seem very common sense. Especially the reuse of a queue and not having to lose those posts and have to fill them back in again. That just makes total sense to me. So, Gilad, tell us a little bit about how someone should go about finding out more about eClincher.
So we're a web application. We also have mobile apps on iOS and Android. But the easiest way is to go to our website, which is eClincher.com. It's very easy to find us. And then we'll tell you all about the great features. There's a feature page and, of course, the pricing. We provide a 14-day free trial. You can also schedule a demo if you like to get kind of a personal one-on-one. Let's say you'd like to learn how to set up your queues, how to get going with social media. So we help you with the demo. It's a great way to get started. And also we have different plans. So we start with individual, which is only $15 a month. Then we have the basic for $40, Premier for $80, and then agency. We have quite a few agencies that are using eClincher platform. It's another great platform to manage their clients, and they have multiple brands that they manage. So we are the only platform out there that actually is separating brands. So you get the entire ecosystem per brand, and they have team members as well to collaborate, working together. Yeah, so the fastest way is just any browser and just go to www.eclincher.com. Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving us that information, Gilad. It's a wonderful program. I am making plans to get subscribed within probably the next month because my upcoming projects are going to be ready to go by then. So I am very thankful for this. Gilad, is there any way that people could reach out to you personally on social media and just ask you questions?
Yes. So my Twitter handle is Gilad, Gilad Sal, S-A-L. They can reach me there. If you send us an email, any questions, you can schedule a demo. We're happy to help and help you really take the social media to the next level and leverage social media the way the big enterprise do. And I think that's a great, really, to start using the tool and see how time that you're going to save with that it's huge. I mean, it's really almost a fraction of the time. You think about it, just logging into different networks throughout the day, responding to people on different networks. It's just a really time-consuming task. And with eClincher, it's really, really simple. It's just going to take no time, maybe a few minutes in the morning or throughout the day. You can check your inbox. Your posting is done for you with auto posting. And then if you'd like to add manual updates, you can also do that as well. And you can also create and compose the messages with free images, free library, animated GIFs, pockets, saved articles from anywhere on the web. So really, it's a great way to manage your social media presence.
Well, Gilad, thank you so much for your time. I totally appreciate it. And there are also some videos on YouTube about eClincher that I was able to dig up and look at. I will post one of those as an example on my website and a link to the YouTube channel so that you can see those. And be sure and tell the folks over at eClincher that you heard about it on the Podcastification Show. Gilad, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. And everyone have a great day.
So there you have it, my conversation with Gilad from eClincher. And wouldn't you know it, I have finally connected with the eClincher team and am a current subscriber of the eClincher app since the time I recorded this. I am loving the automation it's bringing to my podcast and my social media workflow because I can trust that an older episode is going to constantly be recirculated throughout my social media profiles. I am still building my queues. I am still organizing and getting images in place, but I have some of my queues running, and I'm telling you, it is a great thing. If you would like to get eClincher, I have an affiliate link for that. If you would like to use it, you can go to this episode's show notes. That's podcastfasttrack.com/eClincher. And right there on the page, you are going to find my eClincher affiliate link underneath the resources. And in case you don't know what affiliate link is, it means I get a little bit of a kickback on your purchase just on the first month's worth, and you get the same reasonable price that the eClincher folks have in place already. It doesn't cost you anything, but it definitely helps support podcastification and this show. So hey, that's it with Gilad and eClincher. I hope you are doing something to maximize your social media presence and get that great content you've been creating out into the world. I hope you'll go and make it a podcastificating day. This show is brought to you by Podcast Fast Track, where my team provides professional podcasting services without the time suck. Full production, editing, and show notes all in one monthly subscription package. You can find out more at podcastfasttrack.com. Now go out and make it a podcastificating day. Audio editing and show notes by podcastfasttrack.com. Get 15% off your first month by mentioning this show.